Hello guys, so this is exactly how I guarantee anywhere from 50 to 100k a month for my growth operating clients. And I don't like to use the word growth operating, but that's what's popular, so I'm just going to call it that. In this video, I'm just going to break down pretty much the systems that I use because no one really teaches this stuff. So what I'm going to promise you in this video is that you're going to leave with stuff that no one actually really teaches you in terms of like how to actually scale up creators and how to actually make them money, and in return how to make yourself a lot of money as well too. Because if you've seen my previous videos, like I've been able to make a shit ton of money doing the same thing that I've been doing for a while now, over like a year and a half, and people are only starting to realize this recently, but they're not even doing it properly. Like people, are signing clients left, right, and center, but maybe they're not even signing clients. They don't even know how to do that. And even when they do get the client, they can't get them any result. So what I'm about to show you guys is a system that allows me to consistently produce 50 to 100k a month for pretty much any creator. I've been able to do for creators that literally have like 3,000 followers, which I'm about to show you right now. This creator over here, coach, whatever you want to call him, 3,000 followers, made over 150k in revenue in a 90-day time period, essentially. You can see the dates. I've been doing this way before people actually thought it was popular and people thought it was cool. So now that it's cool, I'm about to show you. And all I just request from you guys is if you find this video like super helpful and it actually shows you exactly how I've been able to do it, so you guys can just copy it, just leave a like, maybe subscribe, and just comment whatever you think. Any questions you guys have, you can just literally let me know. So if I was able to do this, literally like 20-year-old kid that doesn't really honestly know that crazy amount was able to do this, you should be able to do the same thing as well too. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it, man. So these are the results that we're able to do. So this is the person that we worked with, and basically we're still working with him as well too. And he had like around 3,000 followers when we were doing this, and we're able to bring in like 150k. And you might be like, oh, so how'd you do this? You're probably doing some stuff in the back end. Not necessarily, because what I'm about to show you is this is actually not really a lot of money with the method that we're using. We're not doing paid communities, we're not doing low ticket stuff, none of that stuff. Who's gonna pay $15 a month for like what is that gonna bring? Like realistically, you need so many people to get that. But with this, you don't really need that many people, and it's scalable and it's repeatable, especially when you have a consistent process that's just bringing in people every single day. Okay, and I'm going to show you how it translates to me hitting crazy amounts like this, like making over like, I don't know what this is, it's like 32 or something, 31k USD or something like that. But this is just my Stripe. This doesn't account for like anything that came through Wise or anything that came to like my personal account. Just like these payments over here, like just about like I think 4,000 pounds, somewhere around there, just under that. I don't know what that is in USD. So it's like consistently hitting like 35, close to 40k months, literally just doing this only for like 6 clients, guys. So if you do this stuff, you're gonna be able to hit these numbers like consistently, guys. So if you want to learn how I've been able to hit this, and for my clients, keep watching this video, because I promise you this is the stuff that no one teaches. And when I say no one's really doing it to the level that I'm about to explain to you guys. Cool. So this is how the stuff works. It's basically like a train, and what I want you guys to imagine is every single coaching or consultant or any sort of business that you're going to be building, they all follow the same principles, okay? But the main principle that we're doing here is we're not selling low ticket stuff. We're not doing that. No, it's just not going to make any sense, because most of the creators that a lot of you guys are going to be working with, they're not necessarily going to have 100,000 followers. You might be working with people that have 15,000, 20,000, 50,000 followers, which is still a decent amount. But it's like, why would you make low ticket communities? There's just not enough people. And to be able to get that to the point where it's like it's actually making like tangible money, you need so much traffic, you need so much content, you need so much systems that's just driving people to whatever page that you're doing, that it's just inefficient and it's just not going to get you there. Even when you do get people in, they leave the next month. I'm sure that anyone that's watching this that has scaled in the community, they don't realize how big of a problem churn is. People jump in, first month they come in, second month they just dip because they're just like, I have all the information I need. Why am I paying $50 a month for this? I'm out, because everyone's looking at their expenses. But with this, that doesn't necessarily really happen, because you get all of the value up front by creating a really good value proposition. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm able to do this for my clients and also for myself as well too. So we're not selling low ticket, we're selling high ticket basically. So high ticket, these are services anywhere between $2,000 to like $10,000. And you might think to yourself, who's going to buy 2010? People at that level, they're going to buy. You've probably bought like expensive programs as well too, to learn these things anyways. So if people teaching you through specific programs, why are they teaching you to sell low ticket programs? It doesn't really make any sense, especially if that's not something that can scale like really far, unless you have a ton of attention. So once you figure that out, you need to go back to this like diagram over here. So this is for you basically. If this is you, let's say you're a growth operator and you're trying to like sign clients, stick with me here. Okay, you have your niche. So these are the people you're going to be selling to. Think of this as like the bucket of people that you're going to be selling to. Like it's just like a huge tank of people. Okay, and then you're funneling your offer. So the offer is the thing that you're selling. So you have this thing and you're trying to push people from this bucket. So this big thing that has a bunch of stuff in it, you're trying to push people to your offer. You're like, hey, get to my offer. And you're doing this through either code outbound systems. You're getting people to see this through either code. Maybe you're reaching out to them. Maybe you are doing ads, or maybe you are doing content. You're making videos and people are coming to you. So you're pushing people to this offer. And then the funnel is how you're converting people. So how are you getting people to actually like, you know, have conversations with you? Are you DMing them? Are you sending them to like a VSL? Are you trying to book in calls with them? Traffic is obviously how you getting these people in the first place. So it's like what the offer is obviously the thing you're selling. Most of the time, if you don't know what offers you want to sell, you can just copy my offer. Like I made a breakdown video on it, but literally all it is teaching people. It's like a 5 to 7K upfront offer. Most of you guys can't really like get that because it's not necessarily meant for you, but that's my offer. I charge people that. And if you want to know how I charge that, like I said, there's another video just like breaking that down in a different one. But basically you want to get traffic, and this stuff is like super easy. Like you can get traffic for free. You can even pay for it if you really want to. And then you want to have an appointment setting process. So this process is basically what's going to get people from seeing your stuff, engaging with your content, like, you know, seeing your stuff here from this bucket, which is the niche, and you're getting them on an appointment. So you're trying to explain the value that you're selling, because most of the time if you're running agency services or any like growth partner services, you know that you have to book appointments with these people to be able to create a good value proposition. And then once you're here, you do the sales side of things. This is where you're basically just going to like tell them what you do, how you do things, and, you know, basically showing them how you're going to solve their problem. Okay, and then from there they get to the onboarding process. This process on its own is not that difficult. I've seen beginners come in within 15 to 30 days, sign their first client using this process alone. It's not that difficult. I'm going to assume you guys are probably already have clients anyways. If you don't, like, this might not be like the best video because I'm showing you how you can guarantee your clients, existing clients, 50 to 100K like a month. Okay, so where the real magic happens is not here. This stuff is just like the basic things. Like everyone can do these things, because like if you guys even want to like learn this stuff as well too, like I have like, you know, a system that I basically build into people's businesses that allows them to, you know, get meetings on autopilot and also like get the clients results on autopilot. If you guys are interested in that, there's a link down below, but like I said, it's just for people that have growth services, aka growth operators, whatever, growth partners, whatever you guys want to call it. If you guys are interested in that, there's a link down below, but that's not really the point of this. What I'm trying to say here is you've got to this point. It usually takes 15-30 days of like consistent grind effort. You can get to that point, maybe 60-90 days at maximum. You can get to that point. Now you sign them. This is the part no one tells you, because no one has systems for this, because a lot of the time no one actually does this. This is where you have to get them results. And so many people fail here, and this is where so many people say, oh, this stuff doesn't work, it's a scam, it doesn't work, I've done this for my client, doesn't make any sense. And it's because you guys don't have proper systems. Like a lot of people are showing you how to build whole companies, but they've never built big companies in their life, and they're teaching you to do something else that they haven't done themselves. So the reason I'm saying this is because I've been able to do this stuff. I was doing this before it was even a trend. That's why I'm about to break this down to you, and that's why I'm speaking with confidence, because I know what I'm talking about. And I hope you guys can see that through the way I'm speaking and the way I'm like trying to relay this information to you guys. Okay, you guys need to walk them through a process that's going to get them from where they want to be. You need to understand where they're at right now. So what problems do they have right now? Let's say you're working with X coach and they're trying to like scale to like 50K a month. They're stuck at like 2K. How are you going to get them to 50K a month? What steps do you need to take? Because there's individual steps that you need to take to get to that goal. And what you need to do when you're trying to get them results is figure out where they're at right now, and then uncover each step that needs to get to on the way, and then consistently do the things that's going to get them there at the end goal. Okay, that's basically what you guys are doing. So once they sign a contract, this is what the process is going to look like. They're going to fill out an onboarding form, guys, and this onboarding form is going to have the goals outlined. So I'm actually going to go into the actual like program itself. So this is the thing that like, this is the system that I sell to people, basically, that teaches them like how they can actually like do certain things. So this is just like one like aspect of it. So onboarding check, there's even someone like on this right now, basically. So basically this is a checklist that I give to people that teaches them how to get the information that they need as quickly as possible. Okay, because like I said, no one's going to have a system for onboarding, because who's going to teach you onboarding stuff? They're going to be like, oh, you don't need that stuff. All you need is to sign clients. You just need to get them on the phone. But once you do sign a client, what do you actually do? This is what I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so you want to give them a form, and this form is going to have certain questions. So my form is like this. I ask them what's the name, what's the business model, what's the challenge, what's the goal that they want to hit, what's the revenue goal. Basically what I tell them is like, hey, what's the goal that you're going to hit that's going to make you satisfied with whatever you paid me? If they pay me like 3K, 4K, 5K, I tell them what do they want to make that's going to make them satisfied with what they paid me. And we can like, relay expectations from there. What's the revenue goal? What do you do for your clients? What's your marketing process? How many sales calls did you book last month? How many calls did you close? What's your price point? How much cash did you make? And are you willing to share access to your login information and stuff? So this just gives me context on where they're at right now and where they want to be, because it also allows me to set the expectations. So if someone comes in, they only pay me 3K, but they expect to make 200K a month, I'm going to be like, bro, like there's systems that we have to do to get you to that point in the first place, and you're probably going to end up paying me a heck ton of money before you get there, which I will show you guys how to do as well too. So now that you've done that, you know what the expectations are. What you want to do is you want to hop on a call, outline those expectations, make it clear what you can and what you can't do, and then you hop on a call to figure out the constraints. So constraints is basically what's stopping them from hitting the goals that they want to hit. So for example, let's say you have like a river, and the river is like kind of flowing, but let's say right in the middle there is just a rock in the river, and it's still kind of flowing, but it's like it's not flowing as much. So the water here is like crazy. Actually, let me just make this blue so you guys can see the like water flow. So the water here is going crazy, but then when it gets to this rock, it starts like slowing down. It's not really that much water. Obviously you guys would know the constraint, which is the thing that's stopping the system from moving, is the rock, because it's just stopping movement. So what you're trying to figure out here is what are the things that are stopping the movement of money in this client's business. It's either one of these things. So for example, it might be, let's say, marketing. It might be like eyeballs. Like maybe they're just not getting enough people to see their stuff. That's why they're not making any money. It might be appointments. Maybe enough people are not booking. Or it might be something else. Maybe it's like enough qualified people are not booking. Maybe they're not getting enough qualified sales calls. People are not showing up to the calls. That could be another objection. Maybe no one's qualified for the offer. Maybe everyone you're talking to in the DMs just is not qualified for what you're selling. So these are the things that you need to figure out by outlining what their constraints are. So I have a document, and I give this away to the people in the hybrid consultants protocol line. Guys, like this is a thing where I literally just give away the systems I've used for my business to help my clients make crazy tons of money, like ridiculous amounts of money. If you guys want to see that, if you go on my Instagram, if you check the highlights, ridiculous amounts of money. And we've just done it for so many people. Anyways, but what I'm going to say is constraints. If I go here, this is a template. And what you can see here is this is this document that we go over. It's not like super fancy. It doesn't need to be. I just ask them the questions like, hey, how much platform attention do you generate? How many calls do you book? What's the qualification rate? What's the close rate? So we can know where this stuff is. If you're working with people that haven't sold anything, you're probably just going to have to put 0 and all these things. But it's cool to have this because it's a good baseline. Because let's say you bring in a coach, and let's say the problem is not necessarily that they can't book sales calls. It's just everyone is not qualified. No one is qualified to buy the stuff that they're selling. Maybe they're selling like a 5K offer and everyone is just broke. Then okay, cool. It's probably an offer problem. Maybe it's a pricing problem, or maybe it's a messaging problem, or maybe we're just not qualifying people in the DMs. It niches down the problem to something that could only be a specific set of like possibilities, instead of like trying to do everything all at once. Because you can bring them on and you're like, hey, let's just get more appointments. And it's like, why don't you fix the constraint? Because if you don't fix this constraint, nothing's going to be fixed. Let's say, for example, the constraint here, this rock, is qualification. Let's say the constraint is, we're booking in calls, but only 10% of people are actually qualified to buy our thing. Well, that's going to be a constraint. So even if you book, let's say, double the amount of calls, you're only going to get 10% extra qualification. So only 20% more people are going to be like qualified. So to like put it visually, why don't you just remove the rock, and then 80 to 90% of people are just more qualified? And that removal of the rock could be many things. It could be looking at the DM process. It could be looking at the the offer itself. It can be looking at the marketing. It just niches it down to so many things. And guys, this stuff might be next level. You might be like, oh my god, this makes so much sense. But it's like, the reason why is because no one's teaching you this stuff. And I feel for a lot of the people like in this like industry community, no one's showing you how to actually like solve these things. Because like I said, a lot of people are just not that good, and it's not my fault. Like not everyone has like hundreds of results, hundreds of screenshots of people like making money, tons of client results, and like insane like client success to be able to like talk the way I talk and say the things I see, because a lot of people just haven't done it. Anyways, I digress. Going back to this stuff, market research. So once you've done that, you know what their problems are. Let's say, for example, you're building a completely new offer from scratch. You want to do market research. And then from there, you want to do offer creation, guys. So it's like we literally have programs literally just breaking down like how you can actually do offer mastery. So it's like, this is the offer mastery SOP. We pretty much like break down this stuff, like how you can actually do risk reversal, the quantifier as well. There's a bunch of stuff that goes into where we actually have like even like formulas that kind of like break down what you need to focus on. Offer creation, so creating the actual offer itself, building the funnel, so what funnel you're going to be using. There's tons of funnels you can use. There's a social funnel, there's a DM funnel, there's VSL funnel, blah 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 blah. There's tons of funnels. Okay, you want to figure out what funnel you want to use, what's efficient for your coach. Most of the time, if they don't have a lot of followers, what's going to be super efficient is a platform that has less friction. Okay, and that's usually maybe like Instagram DMs, stories, just like having like something niche. If they have a ton of attention, but you only want like the most types of qualified people, you can add more friction. You can maybe create like, low ticket funnels. Maybe you can create community funnels as well to get people into the high ticket. You want to create friction because the types of people who are going to hop on the call anyways, they're going to be highly qualified. And guys, this is stuff that we break down and we show you what to be doing, because we come in and we build the systems for the people that work with us. Okay, because a lot of the times, even though if I just give you the systems, I give you the stuff, I show you everything, you might not know what to do. So that's why we personally come in and we help people build these things from scratch, one-on-one, specific to the offers and specific to the client, so that they can end up making a ton of money. Anyways, going to sales creation, what we do from here, essentially what you're doing is you're trying to create assets to convey value, because this is how you're gonna present what you do in like a very easy level to a ton of people that might be interested. So this could be creating like a VSL, this could be creating like a sales letter. If you guys want to see like a good example of one, there's a link below that shows like mine, that just explains what I do, like how you guarantee like 25k like profit working with only like a couple of creators. You can do that, you can check that stuff out. Traffic generation, that's basically like obviously getting traffic, pushing them to your stuff. So this is just like creating content for your people, like making videos that actually get the types of people you want to work with. So not just content to just go viral for the sake of going viral, because like if you're going viral but the types of people you can only work with specific types of people, then there's no point. But if you need to go viral to make a lot of money, let's say you're selling like let's say you're selling like an offer teaching people ticket reselling. People just want to make money online doing ticket reselling. Then you can go viral and just do anything, because people want to make money anyways. But if your offer is a little bit more specific, let's say it's like an offer for like high value women trying to find high value men, for example, then you kind of need to be a little bit more specific. Maybe it's like high status women. I don't know. Anyways, appointment setting management and placement. We literally have another thing as well too that kind of like breaks down the appointment setting stuff. So if I go back here and if I go into the appointment setting things, I'll just show you guys, because I want to like show you how you guys can do it. You need to be able to like hire good people, and you want to be able to like bring in like good people to the work for your stuff. So there's tons of ways you can do it. You can find it through like Facebook traffic, you can do Instagram traffic as well too. There's a workflow to like get these people in, just the booking stuff. So you want to hire and you want to place these appointment setters, you want to manage them, you want to make sure that they actually do the things that they need to do. Then we build out the sales process. So this is like the thing that goes after this. So when they book in a call with you, what do they get? What emails do they get? What text messages do they get? What phone numbers do they get? And you can see there is a long, lengthy process to get people results. Okay, that's the thing that not a lot of people talk about. Time is also like a big factor to these things as well too, because these things take time. And that's why like what we do, like building these systems for people, building these systems for people that have growth companies, takes time. And it's like once you build them and they actually get results, that's when you start printing cash and you just start scaling office. I just put cash here because it's literally just cash. Like if you guys like see the stuff that I post all the time, like even today we had a client, he collected like another $3,000 from his PIF. And then like we had another client that had like a 10k a week the other time, and it's just cash, guys. Like once the system is running and the stuff is repeatable, you start making money just like on clockwork. And that's how you're able to like get payments coming into your account, like just on clockwork basically, once you know how to do this. So repeatable systems, you can consistently make your clients money and print for your office as well too. And like even for my client as well, I think Isaac had like a 15k month, which is actually crazy. I think an interview is going to come out with him just like breaking down how he's been able to do it with the systems that we provided for him, because without the systems you just can't do anything, guys. And like I said, not a lot of people are going to be able to teach you this because you don't understand it, because they don't understand it themselves. That's just how it is. But yeah, that's kind of like the main point of the video, to just kind of remind you guys of what we talked about. Basically, you need to be selling stuff that's expensive. You want to have a good process to get people on the phone with you. That stuff is easy. It's not too difficult. It just takes consistent effort of maybe like 60 to 30 days. And then once you get them, this is where the actual work begins, like actually getting them results, building systems to actually get them. I could dive into each of these things in specific, but that's going to be like a 2-hour video, and I don't want to keep you guys for 2 hours. I think I've kept you guys time for long enough. So if you got to this point, I really appreciate you. Hope you get a ton of value from this. And if you want to learn how we actually build these systems into people's businesses so they don't have to struggle, we're not getting people results, they can actually make more money, they can be profitable, and they don't have to work with so many clients to make a lot of money, there's going to be a link down below. Just check that out. It should be just like explaining how we build these systems and how we can actually help you do that as well too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll speak in the next one. Peace.